Imagine a city so magnificent, its gates were cast in metal. Picture towering walls, wide enough for a horseman to ride atop, encircling a kingdom of order, artistry, and power. This wasn't a fable. This was the Benin Kingdom, in what is now southern Nigeria, at its height from the 13th to the 19th century. And its most enduring legacy, the very voice of its history, wasn't written on parchment. It was cast in bronze, using a technique so precise, so demanding, it feels almost like alchemy. This is the story of the lost wax of Benin. I'm Ibnul Jaif Farabi, and this is Echoes of the Ancients. To understand these sculptures, you must first understand the Eigen community. These were the master bronze casters, a guild so vital they lived and worked in a dedicated quarter of the royal city, under the direct patronage of the Oba, the divine king. Their craft was sacred, a state secret passed from father to son. They weren't just artists, they were historians, courtiers, and magicians of metal. Their task? To translate the kingdom's glory, its rituals, its very soul, into enduring form. And their magic was the Serre Perdue process, the lost wax. It began not with metal, but with beeswax. A sculptor would take a core of clay and meticulously model a figure in wax down to the most exquisite detail. The patterned tunic of a warrior, the intricate coral beads of the oba, the fierce expression of a leopard. This wax model was a masterpiece in itself, destined to be destroyed. It was then covered in layers of a fine clay paste, forming a mold. Once fired, the wax would melt and drain out, truly lost, leaving a hollow cavity within the hardened clay. Into this void, molten bronze, a prized alloy of copper and tin, was poured. After it cooled, the clay mold was broken away, revealing the metal birth of the wax original. Every casting was unique. The mold was sacrificed for the single, immortal piece within. The results are what stunned the world. When British forces invaded Benin City in 1897, they expected a so-called primitive culture. What they found and looted were thousands of bronze plaques, heads, and figures of staggering sophistication. These weren't abstract forms, they were narrative. The bronze plaques that once adorned the palace pillars were a visual archive. They depicted Portuguese traders with their muskets and peculiar hats, court ceremonies, legendary battles, and mythic creatures. The famous Benin heads, often thought of as portraits of past obas, were more than likenesses. They were symbols of royal continuity, placed on altars to honor ancestors, connecting the present king to the source of his divine power. The metal itself was considered a conduit to the other world. There's a profound lesson in this that resonates with me, not just as a storyteller, but as an engineer. The lost wax process is a lesson in negative space and transformation. The artists worked in a soft, temporary medium, wax, with the faith that it would be translated into something permanent and strong. They had to envision the final bronze, but work in its opposite. It's a powerful metaphor for creation itself. Sometimes you have to build the fragile, detailed prototype, invest everything into it, knowing it must be consumed to make way for the enduring version. The beauty was born from a calculated loss. Today, those bronzes sit in museums across the globe, sparking complex debates about heritage and restitution. But beyond that vital conversation, they remain breathtaking testimonies. They are echoes in metal, proving that the chronicles of human genius were never confined to one continent or one medium. The master sculptors of Benin, the Eigen, didn't just cast art. They cast history, authority, and memory into a form that refuses to be silenced. They gave a kingdom its eternal voice. This has been Echoes of the Ancients. Our stories are crafted and shared by Light Knot Studios. Find more threads of history at https://www.lightknotstudios.com.